Hey everybody, happy Thursday. Hope everyone is having a wonderful, wonderful day. So just popping on live to go back over some things that I feel are very, very important to share. So as you are coming on, please do say hi and where you're coming in from. Please give this video some thumbs, some hearts, some wow faces, whatever emoji that you're allowed to do on whatever platform you're coming in on. Please do so. And tag some teammates or people that you know could benefit from this content and share it out. So I wanted to come on today to continue educating and informing my audience on some significant changes to LinkedIn. And it's good to see people coming on. Happy Thursday. We got Minneapolis, Minnesota in the house. So again, if you're just coming on, there is Jeff. Good to see you from Virginia. So there are some Yes. What is up, my brother? Hey, Ev. Good to see you, bro. So, again, there's always updates to these social platforms. And we can't control the algorithm. We can't control what changes they make. People get upset. Well, they should have notified us. They should have let us know. Listen, they're not privy to tell us that information. But the people that use these platforms on a consistent basis, that see certain things happening, like myself, it's my duty and my job to bring you guys this information. So again, as Mike, Jeff, Evan, and other people have done so, please say hi and where you are coming in from. So there's three big and significant changes to LinkedIn. People are starting to notice now, but from some research that I've done, these changes have been taking place for nearly the last 60 days. Some are just kind of boiling over, so to speak, and affecting people in a lot of ways. Now, what I'll say is it's really important, and you have to be really mindful about how you're going about using LinkedIn nowadays. And I'm just going to give forewarning. Anyone that is taking LinkedIn courses, working with LinkedIn coaches, and awesome. Hawa came on. Good to see you. South Florida. Love it. Anyone that is taking LinkedIn courses, anyone that is using LinkedIn software or third party, or even having a VA go in and log into your account and do what you want them to do for you, be very mindful. And again, I don't just teach LinkedIn and I don't just educate people on LinkedIn. I use it every single day. I'm on different forums. I subscribe to multiple blogs that keep me updated. I also regularly communicate with LinkedIn Help, which is LinkedIn's help desk on Twitter, to always ask for updates and things that I have found and get clarification on. So I am coming to you all with the most up-to-date information. And again, I just want you to be mindful. There's people out there that are going to try to teach you and tell you to do certain things, and it may land you in LinkedIn jail or possibly have your account permanently disabled. Now, how do we avoid that? So there's three things that you need to be completely mindful of on LinkedIn right now. So number one, and I'm using different sticky notes today. Number one, make sure that you are staying under 100 connections sent per week. Make sure that you are staying under 100 connections sent per week. Now, I'm going to do a little trivia question. If you guys know the answer, how many connection requests do you need to stay under in a given week on LinkedIn? If you know the answer, type it in the chat box. Now, the reason why, and if you're just coming on, please do say hi in where you're coming in from. Love to see all the different areas of where you're tuning in from. Hey, Sylvia, good to see you coming on. And the reason for this, the reason for staying under 100 connections sent per week is, and it looks like we have a lot of people paying attention, which I love seeing. Good, good, good. Love it. Now, the reason for this, and I read this in a blog, but also, like I said, I've been communicating with LinkedIn Help, is because one of the main do nots on LinkedIn, and this is in their terms and conditions, and when you sign up on LinkedIn, why are they allowing politics in LinkedIn? So, Jane, they've actually been cracking down on that. I'll try to find the post and I'll drop it in here. But LinkedIn has actually removed, I think, 2.1 million comments and derogatory type posts in the last, I think, 90 days. So they are cracking down on that. So that's a sidebar right there. Now, as far as the connections and why there's things going on. So people have been noticing that they've been getting their connections that they want to request and send. They're getting restrictions. And sometimes you're restricted from sending connections for a day. Sometimes it's a week. And sometimes it's a month. Now, people are saying, well, why is this happening? So they started to put a cap on the amount of connections that people can send because people are violating one of the most stringent and most important policies and procedures of LinkedIn. When you sign up to open up a LinkedIn account, you accept the policies and procedures of the platform, and one of them says you will refrain from using third-party posting applications. You will refrain from using third-party connection and messaging bots or installing software onto your LinkedIn profile that is doing all of those automated things for you. It's clearly stated. You can go to the do's and do nots. I think it's the third one down, and then it's reiterated, I think, the eighth or ninth one down. So what has happened is there's been a lot of companies out there that have been preying on people, convincing them that it's smarter and easier to just install software onto your LinkedIn profile that will connect and message for you so you can set it, forget it, and make money, which doesn't happen. I don't care how many new connections people are getting. You know, I'm a quality over quantity person. So for anyone that works with me, anyone that's gone through my courses, it's about the quality people, not the quantity. Your network will build over time. So you can send requests personally, but not with automated software. But here's what's happening. I've spoken to multiple people. Some are clients, some are not. And here's what's happening. The reoccurrence and the theme that I'm seeing is anyone on LinkedIn that at any point has or still does have software attached to their LinkedIn profile, things like DuckSoup. LinkedIn is flagging those accounts first because they're going through and they're seeing a violation in all of those things. And they are restricting those accounts from sending connections. Now, you can write a simple letter to the support help and say, listen, I'm sorry, I did not mean to violate the code of conduct and use third-party software and bots to message and connect for me. Can you please lift my restriction? They will do so. but you have to make sure that you never ever do that again. So what they're doing in the interim to make sure that that doesn't continue to happen to the entire LinkedIn contingency is they are basically putting a limit up to 100 connections sent per week. Now, if someone wanted to just send 100 connections in a week, you could do 100 in one day. You can do 25 days a week. You can do 13, 7 days a week, whatever you wanted to do, or 14, whatever the math is. But you have to make sure, if you don't want to get restricted and you don't want to get blocked, do not send more than 100 connections. So if that makes sense, type Y or yes in the chat box. Now, again, if you're coming on late, say hi and where you're coming in from. If this is making sense, Y or yes in the chat box. And be very mindful. Be very, very mindful. Now, second to that, what LinkedIn is also doing is not only are they looking like, not only are they looking at the software that may have or at some point have been installed on people's accounts, they are also looking at to see if they've had anyone sign into their accounts. Yo, Kyle. Awesome. Good to see you, Greg. Always a pleasure. So what they're doing now is, so people that are hiring certain VAs that are outside of where that person lives. So hiring someone off of Fiverr, hiring someone off of Upwork, even working with a VA that is not in the area of where you live. Perfect example, I have a client who lives in Minnesota and his social media manager also lives in Minnesota. So it has the same login area. So it's not causing any red flags. But if you have someone managing your account and they are logging in from an external destination, they are going to check the login credentials over time. And if they see some sort of, if they see an imbalance, or if they see that there are some variables that do not match, meaning, well, a couple days a week it's being signed in from this location or that location, they could also restrict or disable your account. So be very mindful. LinkedIn wants you to use it organically on your own. If you can't spend 15 to 20 minutes by yourself a day on LinkedIn, then you may be better off using Facebook and Instagram. So that's number one. Number two, and then again, I'm going to clarify this in a little bit more detail. Number two, make sure that you are staying between 5 to 10 messages a day if you have that many to send. Stay between 5 to 10 messages a day if you have that many to send. So I'm talking about outbound messages to new connections. Minimum of 5, max 10. So if you're doing it 5 days a week, that's 25 messages a week. If you're doing 10, it's 50 a week. Now, the reason for this is LinkedIn is also starting to track how many outbound messages are being sent at one time from an account per day and per week. And again, the reason why they're doing this is, again, because of the people that are using marketing companies and software to manage their accounts. So if any of you have spent any time on LinkedIn, which you have probably noticed that sometimes you connect with someone and as soon as you hit accept, boom, an auto-generated 18-paragraph long drunkalog message gets sent to you. And you're like, that's weird. How did that person type that up so quickly? Well, they didn't. They are using a software. And no, I'm going to get to that in a second, Kim. We're going to talk about premium in number 3. Premium has nothing to do with how many messages that you can send. Premium, you can send in mails and you get like 5 to 10 credits per month so you can send someone an in-mail message without being connected. I don't do that. I just connect with people organically. Now, again, people that are using software are actually ruining it for the people that want to use the platform genuinely and authentically, because people that are connecting and messaging, they are triggering certain things because there's so many messages being sent out. They're actually watching the activity of what's going on. Now, where people get in real trouble is the people that are sending those 18 paragraph long drunkalogs. You know it's software, because 2 days later, you're going to get a follow-up message. Hey, not sure if this, that, or the other. And, Greg actually answered this for you. Premium is great value for job search. Other than that, I see little value for $30 a month. Yeah, I mean, it's $400 a year to, again, we're going to get into that. But, Greg, I appreciate you adding that. Definitely. Thank you for that. So now, the 5 to 10 outbound messages a day, this does not include I call them the touch messages. These are the happy birthdays, the work anniversaries, congrats on the job anniversary or the job promotion or the new position. LinkedIn feeds you those so that you can stay connected to your network. So they want you to stay connected to your network. So they will feed you those connections. And those messages. So the 5 to 10 outbound has nothing to do with the touch messages that LinkedIn gives you. Those are completely fine, since they're saying, hey, Kim, Greg, Kyle, these 18 people are celebrating a birthday. Say happy birthday. They're basically saying, go say happy birthday. So 2 separate conversations. This is just for the outbound messaging. So 2 things. Number 1, if that makes sense, type Y or yes in a chat box. And trivia question, how many connection messages can you send on average a day to be safe? I was sending 20 messages a day over the summer when I was in a good LinkedIn groove. This was inspiring me to get back on track with personally connecting with my new LinkedIn peeps. Yeah. But again, I would not send 20 messages a day. Again, I would stay within that 5 to 10 limit, just because you want to make sure that you don't get restricted on LinkedIn, because if you get restricted more than once, maybe even twice, it's potentially the 3rd strike and you are out. And we do not want that. So also, if this information is helping, just type yes, it is. And again, if you go and you're on, whether you're LinkedIn and Facebook, if you can just hit the like, the thumb, the heart, whatever you want to let me know that this is coming through and valuable. Again, please do tag people, share this video if there's value in sharing this to your other networks, so we can all grow together. So those are the first 2 tips. Now, number 3, and this is going back to something that Kim spoke about, for searches, is it worth it to upgrade to premium? And Greg kind of already answered that. And again, if you're looking for a job and you really want to trim the fat, so to speak, then maybe premium could be of value to you. But in all honesty, the free version of LinkedIn gives you a ton of flexibility. And again, valuable. Thank you, How. I appreciate that. 5 to 2 yes, yeah, it's very, very easy. Now, number 3. Make sure you do not overload on searches if you don't have premium. Make sure that you do not overload on searches if you do not have premium. Now, Sales Navigator, again, so for me, everything that I've taught and everything that I do is based on the free version of LinkedIn. And I have never had a need for Navigator, Recruiter, or Premium. I have other things that I would invest in outside of just a paid service on LinkedIn. So for me, personally, for what I do, being in the human connection business, connecting with people, I don't see of it value to me. Now, with searching, and you're going on LinkedIn, and you're going into the search bar, and you're using the, obviously you're using that search bar to connect with people, and obviously throw some connections out there. LinkedIn has put a limitation on how many searches a free account can have. And this is basically, you'll see this time to time. You may exceed the search limitations on LinkedIn. And they will say, listen, it looks like you're a power searcher. Why don't you try premium for 30 days for free so you can have unlimited searches? And then obviously that gets you into the $39 a month or so. Now, again, searches are really important because it allows you to hyper target and really use the search engine to connect with those that you really want to connect with. But here's the thing. You don't want to search every single day. What I have found in my own research and what I have found through my own experience is that LinkedIn, per account, free account, depending upon how large your network is, how many connections you have, you get anywhere between 10 to 15 searches per month on average. Now, the thing is, if you end up using up all your searches, it's not a problem. Because on the first of every month, and I read this in a forum, on the first of every month, every account is refreshed with new searches for the next month at 12 p.m. Pacific. So 3 Eastern, 2 Central, 1 Mountain, 12 Pacific. So even if it's today and you have no searches left, it's not a problem because those searches will be refreshed for you. So I always recommend just searching twice a week, once at the beginning, once at the end. The other days, obviously, we have something called the My Network area where LinkedIn feeds you suggested connections because these suggested connections are based off of the network that you've been growing and the people that you're actually connected to. So they're going to say, hey, you're connected to these 800 people. Here are some of theirs that you may find of value or interest in, and send them a connection. So, and that's why a lot of people, they get that premium carrot dangled in front of their face. And they're like, oh, if I can do unlimited searches, I should upgrade. You don't have to. Because here's the thing. If you are searching properly for the people that you want to connect with on Mondays and Fridays, or whatever 2 days you're choosing to do so, and those individuals are accepting those connections, most likely those people are connected to the same types of people, which means your suggested connections will also look like the people that you've been searching for the 2 days a week or so that you are connecting. So if that makes sense, type Y or yes in the chat box. And again, you don't need to upgrade to premium if you do not want to. You are still given free searches every single month. Now, what I want to tell you is this. Whether you search for a job title, whether you search for a company or a person, if you're not connected to them, it's going to count down from your searches. So if you want to look for, if Sylvia and I were connected on LinkedIn and she wanted to search and go to my profile, don't search for me. Go into your connections, so click on your connections, and you can search within your connections that you're actually connected to without using the search engine to count down the searches that you've been using. So it won't take away. The only time it would take away from the searches that you're allotted every single month is if you actually go into the search engine and search for me, someone that you're already connected to, then it will actually deduct from the searches that you are allotted every single month. So if that makes sense, type Y or yes in the chat box. And the big thing is this, if we all want to succeed using LinkedIn the right way, you need to make sure that you are aware and you are present with what you can and can't do. There are a lot of people that are scrolling and trolling, posting and praying and spraying, just connecting with as many people as possible, mass messaging and doing all these things. It's how you're going to get in trouble. So again, when you make sure that you stay under 100 connections sent per week, you're only sending 5 to 10 messages per day, max. And you're only searching a couple times a week, that will keep you under the radar and in good standing with the policies and procedures of the basic version of LinkedIn, so you will not get your account restricted. But again, if you've ever used software, if you've ever hired a marketing company, and again, this is a great question. Jeff said, is there any way to know how many searches you have made thus far each month? Jeff, the only way to know how many searches you have done each month, and if anybody else has any questions, just start typing them in the chat box. I'd be happy to field some questions for the next couple minutes. So Jeff, the only way to know that is when you start searching, LinkedIn will give you these warning shots. Hey Jeff, you've used up 80% of your free searches for the month. Be mindful, or just upgrade to premium, or you're 90%, so they won't tell you exactly the number, but they will give you kind of the percentage of how close you are to using up all of your searches for that given month. That's the only way that they tell you, because again, there's a range of searches that we are allowed each free one. So each free account gets a certain amount of searches, but we don't know exactly how many that is in total. So again, I would just pay attention to that little message where they will give you that warning shot, so to speak, that you're getting close to exceeding all of the searches for that month. But again, Jeff, as I mentioned before, and to everybody else, if you do end up using up all your searches for the month, and I found this in a forum, on the first of every month at 12 p.m. Pacific, so 3 Eastern, 2 Central, 1 Mountain, every free account, the basic account that some of us have on LinkedIn, is refreshed with new searches for that month. So everyone, I hope you guys found this content helpful. Again, type in the chat box what your biggest takeaway was. If you happen to be jumping in on the replay, #replay so I can go back and say hi. Love and gratitude, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye, everybody.